Good evening all and welcome to another video on All Hail the Ale. We are going back to Lidl for another beer tonight, and hopefully this one is better than the one I had last night. This one is from a known brewery who are branching out into the craft world. So is it really craft? Is it? I don't know. Probably not. Anyway, that doesn't really matter. What matters is the beer and if it tastes good. The brewery is Oakham and the beer is this one. It is Thrill Seeker. It's a New World Pale Ale and it weighs in at 4.8%, and it says on the back, it says brewed with 4 hops from New Zealand and Australia, which are Nelson Sauvin, Victoria's Secret, Vic Secret, Enigma and Pacific Jade. And apparently it's golden with gooseberry and passion fruit flavour. And it's obviously a product of the UK, Oakham Ales near Peterborough. And this little can is 1.6 units, and I think I paid about £1.20-ish for this little can. So I like the spaceman kind of theme. It's kind of out there. It's very different to Oakham's usual kind of Green Man type thing going on. But yeah, Oakham Craftworks. Yeah, so lots of spacemen, New World, a brave New World maybe. Maybe I'll shove some Iron Maiden playing in the background and not necessarily be wearing a Pink Floyd t-shirt. Anyway, let's crack open the beer and see what we get. The pour is as expected. Oh, it's very pale. Very, very pale. Not overly lively, which is good. It's got a decent head. Pretty clear. The glass definitely needs a clean. Yeah, so we've got half a pint there, and it's a little bit hazy, very, very pale gold, and like I say, about a finger and a half of a relatively tight kind of marshmallow-like head. As for the aromas, light, fruity, a little bit floral. Nothing sort of screaming out at me as being obvious, but, like I say, light, fruity and floral. A little bit kind of zesty, almost. Not zesty as in lemony, but kind of that kind of sharp, zingy thing going on. So a taste. Zingy. Now, I've just had homemade meatballs in a marinara sauce, so I've got a little bit of something going on the palate. You know, I've got lots of garlic, but this one is zingy. It's very sharp, very refreshing in that sense. The hops are there. It's quite hoppy. Perhaps a little bit of hop burn going on. Light, dry. Quite bitter, which for me works quite well. But it's lacking a bit of character. It's a little bit better than the Loch Lomond Lost in Mosaic that I had yesterday, but not much more, to be honest. Yeah. It's not brilliant, but then again it is only $1.20 a can. You can get infinitely better for a little bit more in Tesco. You can go spend $1.80 and get a can of Cannonball that is pretty damn phenomenal, if I do say so myself. Put it this way. This is bitter. There's a nice hop presence, but the flavours just don't do it for me. It's got a good body, and in fairness, it's coming down quite well, but it's just lacking a little bit of character. So, the ultimate question is really the score for Thrill Seeker from Oakham Craftworks. Would I go and buy it again? Well, is it giving me what it says it is? It is a pale ale. It is. There's no doubt about that, and it is very. It's different in as much as you've got hops that I wouldn't normally expect to see in many kind of beers that we see here in the UK. Excuse me. Particularly Pacific Jade. I mean, I've had beers with Nelson Sauvin, Vic Secret, and Enigma before, but never with the Pacific Jade. But they've always been combined with something else, and I think they are kind of there as a secondary offering. The fact that it's gooseberry flavour, I don't really like gooseberries, so that's obviously going to have an impact. There is an element of gooseberry flavour going on. I'm not getting the passion fruit mind. Maybe I am. Maybe that's what's giving it the sharpness. I don't know. That kind of flavour. Maybe at a stretch. But I mean, whether or not it says what does what it says on the tin is another matter. It's if it tastes good. And I tell you what I would do. I would buy this beer again, but only just. It's like I say, it's very refreshing and it's working great as a palate cleanser. I've just, like I say, had a pretty garlic heavy marinara and meatballs, and it's cleaning the palate very nicely indeed. So I wouldn't give it much more than 3 though. What would I give it? In fact, before I do, let's check the BBE. Yeah, best before is the end of the year, December 2019. We're in May, so it's got plenty of life left in it. And the hop presence kind of agrees with that. I would give, therefore, Oakham's Thrill Seeker New World Pale Ale 3.25 out of 5, which, on the face of it, sounds pretty poor, but it's not that bad. It's still pretty. I would buy it again, so it can't be that bad, you know. Obviously, there's things I would buy ahead of it, but as a palate cleanser, as something really kind of sharp and refreshing, yeah, I'd probably give it another go. And I think in fairness, I'll give the other Loch Lomond another go as well, because I have a feeling that can was a dud. So, ladies and gents, boys and girls, this has been The Beer. I've been Nick, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.